Oriel Edri.
Natalia, Natasha.
Can you believe the time has come where we are finally doing this?
It's overdue.
It is overdue.
It's overdue. We talked about it. It's one of those things where so many people have asked me to do a podcast, and if I had $1 for every time someone asked me, I wouldn't be needing to make a podcast.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm here. We're here.
We're
live. We're talking about
here.
self-love, because I feel like
Yes.
that's literally the foundation of everything that both you and I talk about in our separate spaces.
Absolutely. It is the core of everything.
Absolutely. What's like a little bit more about you? You're in the coaching and confidence space, but what does that entail?
Yes. So what I do is everything related to self-love. So I work with teens and young adults on building a base of their confidence, and it all comes from a place of self-love and self-care and self-growth. So I'm really excited to dive into all these topics, and I have so many questions to ask you.
For real?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you have one ready, let's fire them up.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'll get some questions ready for you too.
Okay. Oriel.
Mm-hmm.
Is self-love selfish?
That's not a yes or no answer though. I want to explain why. Because it is, but then it is not. Because from a I guess a spiritual perspective, you can only really give from overflow. But you have to fill your own cup first to then be able for that to overflow into other people. Mm-hmm. In other words, you can't give from a half empty cup, because that's not full giving.
Totally.
Yeah.
Wow, that's I never thought of it that way. That's really interesting.
Thanks.
That's great.
Because when listen, it's always good to give in general, whether you're happy, you're sad, you have nothing, you have everything. But when I feel like it is better to give when you have enough love within yourself to actually give it out.
Absolutely. I agree. Mm-hmm. And I do think that being a little bit selfish is part of learning to love yourself in the beginning,
right? Because
all of a sudden you're focusing 100% on yourself.
Exactly.
And not on anyone else. Mm-hmm. And that could be a little selfish. But
it can. And I've had times in my life where people were like, oh, why are you going to the gym? Why are you not partying anymore? Why are you not doing these things that other young people do? And I'm like, this is just not who I am. I want to actually I want to have these few years to lock in, build a business, build everything that I want to build, so that when I'm 30 or 31, 32, I can actually party, live my life, and then have that balance at the same time.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
And people, trust me, when you're in a space where you know a lot of people and then you kind of separate yourself to grow, a lot of people hate on you.
That is
so
very
many hate
true.
on you.
So many. Why don't you have time for this? Why don't you call?
Why don't you have time for me anymore? I'm like, because I need to have time for me right now. Golly, I don't know. It's very, when you come from a space, when you come from a beginning where you're not very confident, it's so easy to it's almost natural, I guess, to put yourself in a position where you have to be validated by others. You have to fall into their frame just to be liked or feel some type of good, positive way.
Yeah.
At the expense of your own growth, your own structure.
Absolutely. And almost automatically, you start to naturally connect to people that are just as ambitious and going through life in that pace as well, just because they're not going to have the same reaction as the people that you left behind.
Exactly.
In that way, So it's...
I saw a quote, actually. It was more like a saying, but it was basically wealthy people or rich people will never judge you for starting a business.
Yeah,
or healthy people will never judge you for working out. And it's stuff like that. It's basically, when you're able to encourage people from a good place, from a good, warm-hearted place, it feels nice. It feels nice to be able to do it, and it feels nice to receive it, because then you're on the right track.
Absolutely. I agree. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay. And then I could also ask you anything specific.
Let me see. So, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're in the dating space, kind of, correct? That's kind of where it's part of your confidence criteria kind of falls in.
I used to be, I would say, a little bit more, but currently not as much. But I can definitely speak for a lot of the dating scene.
So I'm gonna freestyle my question here. Like, in terms of dating, in terms of getting into the dating world, what role does self-love play?
Oh, it's huge. It's so big. If you haven't really settled that spot in your heart of I am 100% loving myself and doing things for myself, then you're never going to really be able to take on a real healthy relationship. It's always going to fall into a toxic circumstance. So some people, they always ask the question, why are my relationships never working out? Why is it so hard for me to find someone that like doesn't end up breaking my heart?
Right. Why is that a thing? What's the main theme behind people not being able to find good relationships and always ending up in toxic cycles?
It's a lot deeper than just science. I think it's more when your soul is meant to discover more parts about yourself and you're supposed to grow within your current shell. That is the biggest sign of everything that, hello, wake up. Now's your time to learn. Now's your time to grow. You're not ready right now to be with someone that's going to take a lot of your time because, you know, that's how it is. When you're in a relationship, you want to be with your partner most of the time. You're focused on them, and that's beautiful. It's fine. But there's certain time and space for that. And until you're not complete with yourself, I personally do not recommend dating or considering it. Maybe something that's so beautiful will come, but don't look for it. Don't seek it.
Got it. So funny that brings up what I talk about. I talk a lot about manifestation, law of detachment. In Hebrew, in Torah specifically, there's a concept called bitachon. Bitachon is confidence. In English, it's translated to the law of detachment, which is where, like, when you're actively seeking something, when you're like trying so hard to search it down and to create it into a certain detail, you're like so tunnel visioned on how it should look like that what is actually meant to come for you does not come because your energy is so closed off to, in this case, a significant other or even friendships. And on that end, it's like when you surrender that want, when you surrender the space, when you give that, when you, like, metaphorically, an iPhone storage, right? When you delete that space, you have more storage for other things. You have storage for even bigger things.
Absolutely.
Despite it being the same amount of storage or even less.
Yeah.
And from an emotional standpoint, like, this is the way I understand it, but basically, negative, in like a iPhone storage metaphor, negative emotions and negative thoughts are much larger in storage. Like, they're like heavier. Like, it can be anger versus happiness, but anger can carry so much more storage within that capacity. But once you clear that, you have more space for more happiness and more calmness, more peace. So when you're in that state, you're able to attract more things in your life that correspond to happiness, peace, and aligning with a soulmate or money or friendships or any goal you have in mind.
Absolutely. That also falls into when you lose something, you feel like you lost something, but really it's making room for something new.
Exactly.
Like they say, when one door closes, 10 more doors open. So that's the beauty of it. Really.
That's a huge thing with alignment too. It's like sometimes you feel like you're detouring. Like sometimes, like, 'cause even think about it, like, so I studied addiction for a while. Addiction was huge for me. And when I went back to when I did my internship at the substance abuse center, there was one kid who came out, like, was talking to me, and he was like, you know, like, I'm thankful for the relapses. I'm thankful for going back. Because it revealed to him pieces of his recovery journey that he would not have found if he didn't relapse. So it's one of those things where it's like, what more can I learn? What other information can I pick up out of this to strengthen myself moving forward?
Yeah, That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, that was as much as I didn't like the experience overall, because it's like a therapy thing. I'm not too big on therapy anymore, but I loved that. I just love addiction. Psychology. The addiction of psychology is such an interesting realm.
I think you're a very deep person that the limitations of science don't apply to you. So when you're in a space, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe that center that you worked at was very limited. The therapists were maybe more scientific based. It was less soul,
Yeah, that's probably it.
Because in the future, who knows? Maybe you're going to be doing coaching work with people that struggle with addiction.
I've thought of that, honestly. I've thought of life coaching as opposed to just
soul
straight
coaching.
Up. Yeah, soul coaching, life coaching as straight up to therapy. Because I mean, I'm also a person who can't, in therapy they taught us to hold back our opinion, like give suggestions, do active listening, open-ended questions, stuff like that. But not be, you're not really too much allowed to be yourself.
Yeah.
Unless being a therapist is the type of person you just are.
Yeah.
And that wasn't for me. That's why I was like, I need to dip out of the space. I need to find out who I am, start Instagram, talk about all my different fields, because I'm I don't want to say a jack of all trades, but I know a lot of my realm of knowledge encompasses little bits of everything. So
yeah. And I've noticed even people that don't come from the world that we're talking about right now, people still love listening to you. And you don't see it often because a lot of people, when you talk about something spiritual and you don't have that connection, you make a joke out of it. Like, okay, whatever. Yeah.
That's true. I've seen that.
But I've noticed that people around you love listening to you, love learning new things from what you have to say. And it's an incredible power to have,
Yeah. No, I get two sides of it. One time, I get the people who, because I post a lot of stuff in my story, a bunch of random motivational, spiritual quotes, stuff like that. I get the people who are like, "Oh, I like your spiritual stuff, man. Keep it going. Like, keep on doing that." And then you have the people who are like, "Oriel, I love your stories. I love your content. I love this. I love that." And I'm not trying to brag at all, because again, it's not my content, but like I'm posting on my stories because it's stuff that I'm doing it for, I can like remind myself of this stuff, and I can just like see it and keep on feeding my subconscious mind and my mind in general, because that's the main thing. Like what you feed your subconscious mind over a course of time is what you become.
Absolutely.
And when I was in my sadder times in life, I really just started with philosophical quotes. I'm talking like Marcus Aurelius, like those types of people that like, it was like those like small motivational hope type quotes that like kept me going. But then over time, as I started realizing who I was and who I was not, I started like realizing what I wanted in my life. So I started going for manifestation and stuff like that. And that, especially going back to Israel in May, a Kiva trip, which
that really had a
huge impact.
Effect, yeah.
It's what made me realize that all of it connects back to Kabbalah and Torah.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to learn it from that perspective, as opposed to just speaking about it from the other places that you can find it in, be it neuroscience, quantum physics, and other places. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Going back to what you said, how the things we think about in our subconscious mind really become who we are in this reality. I think it also falls back into a topic of kind of faking it till you make it, in that sense of there will be times in your journey of self-love that you have to fake it in your brain that you love yourself and that you're confident, when really you're not there at all.
There. Right.
But eventually, and faster than you might think, it becomes you, and it's incredible to see. Do you feel that that's something that you also experienced?
So yes and no. I've had my like ins and outs with it, but like here's the thing. I always say that like obviously cheap dopamine is not real dopamine. Like scrolling, pornography, etc., etc. Not real dopamine. Not real. Fast confidence is not real confidence. I'm gonna put those two together, because when you just fake it till you make it. It's not who you are at first. And it's okay to not have that authentic structure when you're going out there, when you're actually trying new things. But I think it's more effective to align yourself rather like not fake it till you make it, but more like decide it's real in the spot. And this is something I'm still learning myself. It's not something I've completely applied into my life because I'm still figuring out the extent of what it actually is. But there are people on Instagram who talk about like quantum jumping. And the reality, like the science behind that is when a particle, particles are constantly in and out of existence. They have the ability to be in and out, and they are stationary based on our observance of it, on our perception, our observance of it. So based on how we see ourselves, based on how we shift, we're able to see that atom in a different position or that particle in a different position. So we're able to, basically our decisions, like if we're able to quickly decide something, our entire life changes.
Absolutely.
And on a very regular level, that's like, imagine like cutting off a friend. How often is it that if you cut off that person, you haven't seen them in months?
It's true.
When you decided that friend is out of your life, that became your reality. And your reality became, well, that person's not in your everyday life. You don't see them at, I don't know, the kosher shops, or you don't see them at events anymore. But it's just, I'm learning to put that more and more on the micro level, like more and more in the deeper subconscious level. And once I master that, I'm going to know how to be able to live more optimally.
It's amazing.
And I do like small little like quantum examples where it's like let's say like I do this. I align with a reality where I align with a reality where so and so happens. So if I go to like a parking lot, for example, I align with a reality where there's a parking spot. Boom, there's one right there.
Wow, it works for you.
Like every single time.
That's incredible.
I align with a reality where a photo shoot doesn't get canceled. Boom.
Wow.
I align with the reality where I even do this for like YouTube, because you know on YouTube like you play a video and it has an ad in it. So every day I do like an ab workout, or I've done it recently. I started recently. Okay, don't judge me.
I can see the abs.
I'm kidding. No, basically like it'd have an 8-minute clip, but there'd be some times where it has ads, like an ad in the middle, and it would screw up my entire workout. So I'd be like, okay, you know what? I want to apply this trick to this video, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I align with the reality where there's no ad in this video, and it just lets me do the entire 8-minute workout smoothly.
Guys, are you hearing this?
And it works every time. Wow. I swear on my life, when you decide that it works, and that's like that's the power of the human mind.
It is. Our mind is so powerful, and people don't realize this.
Not at all. People just like, funny enough, on the trip, this is the extent where I don't know how to use the abilities of the human mind. Do you remember the watch raffle towards the last day? Okay, so as a joke, there was me and I think his name was, it wasn't Aaron, it was one of the Elon. We pretended we didn't have our watches, so we took ours off, and we were like this. We were like, as a joke, we were like, oh, I don't have a watch. And then he asked me, like as a joke, he's like, what time is it? And I go, it's time for you to get a watch. And not even 10 seconds later, his number on the raffle gets chosen, and he gets the watch.
Wow.
And he literally said, thank you for manifesting for that for me. And I was like, damn it, I was doing that for myself. But you're welcome, bro. And I'm like, okay, I know based on, I've done a lot of like, I've done my human design, my Kabbalah charts, all that. I know that based on me, I know how to manifest very quickly.
Yeah.
I know how to like put words and literally have it as a reality very fast. But I don't know how to like channel it correctly, fully. So I'm still figuring that out. And it's for everyone's use, but Absolutely. Use it well, obviously.
But I do think that because you've done so much self-work and you've been studying, you've been learning about this for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
That I think that you are currently on this higher frequency, that your connection spiritually is a lot stronger. So when you ask for things, like the chances of them happening are very high.
Yeah.
Compared to someone else that hasn't had any soul work done yet. So I do think that you could be a leading example for what to do and how to get stronger, because you're actively doing that right now, which is beautiful. I think I myself, I had a chapter in my life where I was very spiritually connected. Mm-hmm. And I did manifestations every night. I journaled and I knew exactly how to get what I wanted.
Right.
And then I started getting really busy with work and falling back into the matrix.
Right.
You know, where you just kind of, money comes into play and the materialistic world comes into play and you're just falling away from that. But I do really want to get back to, I really want to connect to it again. It's so valuable.
It is. And honestly, for me, like, I've had a lot of rebirths in my life. Like, a lot of, like, I'm going to be this person now. This person's dead. I'm going to be this now. This person's gone. I'm going to be this. But October 7th, I say this with great emphasis, was probably the largest ego death I've ever had in my entire life. Because before that, it was like throughout 2023, I was growing my photography business. I was meeting people. I was like, you know, I got into real estate. I was growing financially, but I wasn't growing, like, there was just something missing there. Like, it was all out of anger and rage, and it wasn't out of good motivation.
Yeah.
And when October 7th hit, I realized that I had a tower without a foundation. Like, that's why the tower crumbled so quickly on October 7th.
Wow.
Like, when that happened, when I heard that my cousin died, like, I for weeks I was in here, and I didn't even know my cousin all that well, but still I was like in my room for weeks. Like, I wasn't talking to people. I had older friends like try to contact me and this, that, and I was like, nah.
No.
And even in real estate, like, I stopped cold calling. I stopped coming to the office. I was like, screw that. Like, I need to stay away. And if I'm going to build back up this time, I need to do it right. I don't care how long it takes. And that's kind of when when the second wave of manifestation came back into my life. And it was kind of just something that filled the void for a while. Even if I wasn't applying it, it was just the general knowledge of it that was really helping me be strong.
Yeah.
But back to Judaism, I have Rabbi Josh just like this thing for that. He's my Charles Xavier, if you understand the X-Men metaphor.
I don't.
He's my Charles Xavier.
I think he's many people's Charles Xavier, and I don't know X-Men, but I really think he's one of the most powerful figures in many people's lives, especially at this very moment. I could name like 50 people that he's impacted. At least 50
and 44
people.
of them were on our bus.
Yeah,
like 2 months ago.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So shout out to Rabbi Josh and Rabbanit Hannah Abramowitz.
Hannah and Josh, we love you infinitely. Thank you for bringing amazing people together always. And yeah.
Yeah, and I also
this isn't even enough. Like that I'd have to say it a million times for it to suffice, but still.
I want to give like a certain shout out. Rabbi Josh and Rabbanit Hannah Abramowitz. If they did not enter my life, I do not think I would be where I am today. They are the most incredible humans on this planet that have come for a shlichut, for a mission, and they are fulfilling it every single moment that they breathe air on this earth. It's something that we're so grateful for, and
I literally wouldn't have most of my friends if it weren't for them.
Yeah.
Like, I moved here to Florida, and I was like, I know nobody.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
I know, like, I knew like a couple people from like TJJ and NCSY, but like they live their own lives. They're not here. And then I had another friend who I'm not friends with anymore, who was here, but I cut him off too eventually because he was also very annoying.
Yeah, we don't want annoying people in our life.
No, it was just I was just like I love the Yehudi crowd because it's not even like their energy filling. Like, I feel my energy is more filled around them than energy draining, which has been a lot of people in my life. So,
you know how they say the host of an event dictates how the event is going to be, how the people you're gonna meet are gonna affect you. When the host is so pure and is coming from a place of love, everything is just amazing. Like, when you host here and you bring people together and you're coming from a place of, I just want to bring people together and I want to have fun.
Exactly.
Everyone feels that, and everyone wants to come back again and again and again. So it's, and like I'm not trying to like but I'm just being honest. I'm
I get
very
it.
very honest.
That's why I like. Well, I had a goal back in 2024. I was like, listen, I can't be socially isolated anymore. I can't cry and just be dark and miserable forever. I need to start being a better host.
Wow.
I need to start bringing people into my life. That. And I'm still working on the relationship, friendship, and love aspect of my life because it's not that I thrive alone, but it's just there are moments where I love my alone time because that's where the deeper work happens.
So recently, I've always been the one to say, "Oh, I can't wait to get married and have kids, and I want it now. Like I'm ready now." This year, for some reason, I have fallen so far from that wish. I can't even imagine being like in a serious relationship and getting married in the next year and having kids in another 2 years. I can't even imagine because I'm so deep in working on myself and working and creating my career and building myself up. I can't even imagine it. But how crazy that shift can come so out of the blue. And
it really can. Yeah, no, for sure. Like they're like, it's like puzzle pieces. Some things just fit at the right times, and sometimes some pieces just move away, and it's a constant rebuilding of a puzzle.
Absolutely.
But for me, I would say I've been thinking about a soulmate since I was 15.
Yeah.
It's like hopeless romantic, but
guys,
even now, ladies,
girls, just know we have Oriel here. He's single and he's the A++ candidate for husband material. So
yeah, but again, like coming from the idea of detachment, like just like because again, let's make it clear. The law of detachment isn't not caring. It's just aligning with the reality that you already have it. And that you're so good with yourself, with or without it, that like it doesn't matter. But you do have it in a way.
Yeah.
But ever since I was 15, any girl I met that I liked was just the facial placeholder of my wife, my future wife. And even now, I'll be vulnerable. There is a girl I do like, and she's in Israel right now. So,
Yo.
She's coming back. She's coming back next week. Okay.
Are you guys chit-chatting?
Well, we were, but there was like the day I came back from Israel, she came over. She made me food, and like we were like it was such a fun like. However, and then we made out. But then the day after, she's like, after our kiss, I started like realizing I think it's a process and stuff like that. And I was hurt, but I was like, you know what, like, let it go. Just it's okay.
Detach, yeah.
But like, wow, she's amazing. Honestly, she's. I don't have enough words.
Wow.
I can talk about her for the rest of the podcast, but no, I'm not gonna do all that.
That's amazing. I really hope it works out. Yeah.
I do too. She's like, okay, so there's this thing where when you kiss someone, you like feel their chemistry, you like you understand them a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works because like ever since like despite only meeting her once or twice in person, that kiss, like us kissing, like made me understand her so much more.
Interesting.
And it made me confirm the idea of like, because again, all her friends say this about her too. Like she's super passionate. She's super like into Hashem. She's super into spirituality and self-growth and self-love. And
is she from Miami? Mm-hmm. Do I know her?
I met her a week before our Akiva trip.
Do I know her or no?
No, I don't think so.
Not from Yehudi.
Like she went to Yehudi that one time, the 1 week before we left to Israel, and then she went on the Akiva trip. She was on it in June, and then she's still there now. But yeah, I don't think you know her.
No?
No, probably not. Probably not, to be honest.
Okay, well, he's gonna show me a picture after this.
Yeah. Is it my turn to ask a question? Your turn to ask a question?
Your turn.
I don't have anything in mind right now.
Oh, here.
Let me pull one up real quick.
Okay. I have a question for the both of us. I'll let you answer first.
Okay.
Does self-love mean accepting flaws or always trying to improve?
Absolutely. I think accepting flaws is the biggest part of it.
Really?
one of the biggest parts. Because like, look, we'll never be perfect, ever. No matter how much improvement we do, no matter how much like love we have for ourselves, we'll still have flaws. Can we work on some flaws? Yes, but on one end, you have to be okay with those flaws. Earlier, I said, the whole thing with like sometimes you fall out of alignment, but it actually is alignment because it helps you, it brings you back up higher than before. It's the same thing. Like if you're okay with your flaws, even if you feel guilt or shame or just sadness towards those flaws, if you learn how to love yourself and like unconditionally feel love and positivity towards yourself when thinking about those flaws, or when maybe like in case of addiction, like relapsing or whatever, like your self-love grows. Yeah. It's almost like a, it's like you go up, down, and then back up even higher. And when you are able to really take in all of your memories, all of your pasts, and just love yourself, give yourself that sense of, I'm here no matter what, your self-love grows infinitely. And our parents do that for us. God does that for us. But we fail to do that for ourselves. That is a huge issue.
That's so true. And I do believe greatly that self-love has so much to do with both accepting your flaws and also learning to grow in that sense. I think every person on this planet is born with strengths and weaknesses. Right. And if you feel like your flaws are not benefiting you and you do want to strengthen those places, make them better, that's where the growth happens. But there's a lot of things that we consider flaws that are definitely just in our head. Yeah. And I would really recommend learning to love them and cherish them.
Right. So there are two parts to that. One, again, obviously, like there are things that you don't want to do in your life, you don't do them. Right. There's the one end of actually like stepping over that hurdle and being like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going this route. Yeah. And then there's the other end of just, feeling it and then growing over it. But sometimes the flaws we have are the things that other people are going to love the most about us.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. That's so true.
Like someone's laugh, like people make fun of my laugh all the time. But I consider that a flaw, but I love that flaw.
No, we were dying. And my toe, my big toe.
Oh, I forgot about your big toe. I don't know about all that.
My big toe is one of like my physical flaws. I don't consider it a flaw, but like it's funny. Nowadays people laugh and we joke about it all the time.
Exactly. Like it's just like, I don't know, like I'm thankful for the flaws I have because accepting them made me more powerful than if I didn't have them to begin with.
Exactly.
And also when you let go of the weight, because again, heavier negative emotions carry heavier weight in your spirit. Mm-hmm. You let go of those, you have more positivity to accept than someone who didn't have those flaws.
Absolutely. I agree.
And you can tell I got bullied a lot as a kid, now that I'm saying that.
It's funny because me and you both have really difficult childhood stories when it comes to bullying. Like we were both bullied. Yeah. For me, I was bullied for my weight. Mm-hmm. I was always called fat and whatever.
I was the short kid.
And you were the short kid.
It's crazy because, like, again, we were both in California. We were both in Haines.
Yeah.
No, everyone there was at least a foot taller than me, bro. It made no sense. I was like 4 foot tall. Everyone was like 5'2", 5'5". I'm like, bro, you're in 4th grade.
Thank you.
Calm your ass down.
And in 4th grade, all the girls were wearing these Abercrombie and Fitch like short tops while I was wearing like Justice, rainbows and unicorns.
American Eagle, all those. Wow. Yeah. That was peak clothing. I can't lie.
Listen, it was. I was never part of the trend. I wish I kind of fell into that trend because now I love Abercrombie and I love American Eagle.
Abercrombie came back from what I hear. I don't wear it, but I heard it came back. Yeah. And I love those so much. Where like it was very popular in my 7th and 8th grade year, but then going into like freshman year of high school, like I was wearing a Hollister jeans, and they're like, "Yo, who still wears Hollister?" And I was like, "Fuck, I gotta change it now." I gotta get like polo pants or something now, bro. It was so weird. Every like few months there was like a new brand that everyone wore, and it was so dumb. I hate
That's
it.
true.
I hate that kids are like that though. I hate that
I
it's like, oh my
know.
god, you have to wear this to be loved by everybody and love yourself more. It sucks. It honestly sucks.
I in that sense, I never took part in literally any trends you could think of. I never took part in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was one of the reasons I was so left out in many things. And
but it made you who you are.
No, in the best way. In the best way.
Mm-hmm.
No. Wait, what was
You're talking about feeling left out in the best way?
I can't look at you. You're gonna make me laugh. I was yeah, I don't remember. It's the ADD. I can't.
It's all good. It's all good.
Wait, I have more questions for you.
Okay, hit me.
Do you feel that men and women experience self-love differently?
Yes. I would say on average. I can't speak on the woman experience, so I might need your verification.
That, yeah.
Gotcha. But I feel like on average, the male experience is one of a lot more pain and grit,
mm-hmm.
and the climb of self-love. I don't want to say it's higher or like the higher slope of a mountain or whatever, but I would say it's a little harder. Because men, like, and this is the flaw. This is a flaw, but like we don't process as quickly. We don't have as much emotional processing ability as women do. But because of that, the climb feels more rewarding to us. And also, like, you know, with girls, like, you guys compliment your tops and your pants and all this stuff all the time. There's always a much bigger self-love atmosphere. Whereas men, like, we have to, I don't know, for men it's more like based on like success, and sure, I get a nice shirt compliment every now and then, but that doesn't mean much to me. Mm-hmm. And it's really like when someone tells me, you put like, I love your motivational stories and your videos, like that hits, because that's something I had to do and put out there to get love back from. I feel like what I'm trying to say is I feel like men don't get love as naturally as women do.
Yeah. I also think women don't realize this, but men aren't as confident and secure as they may look and seem. Mm-hmm. Sure. Because most girls think, oh yeah, he's like, he thinks this, he's this and that. Like, guys are just as insecure as women at times.
I'd say more.
Yeah.
I'd say more. Let me tell you why.
People don't know that.
If guys are gonna watch this and be like, you're a traitor. But no, let me explain why. Because like, bro, like, we are. I saw Rav Daniel Katz. He talked about this. Mm. He talked about how men are actually terrified of the physical world because we're, I guess, more spiritual from his perspective of it. But what he meant is like, why do you think us, like, we like to buy cars and like go to the gym and keep ourselves occupied with all these physical things, right? Because in the reality of it, most of us don't know how to sit down with ourselves and like process, go through your mind, process, grow. A lot of us do not know how to do that. Mm-hmm. A lot of us are arrogant. A lot of us are, and I know that because I've had that chapter in my life. I've had that chapter where like looking cool and having the newest iPhone was like the shit, you know what I mean? But we have a lot of overcompensation going on. A lot of little dig energy, so to speak. That's what they call it. I'm not gonna clip that one, but.
I definitely think that men should, in this time of age, or age of time, in this time of age?
Time.
In this age, men should be comfortable to communicate how they feel and not think that they're going to be so feminine and, oh, I'm going to be gay because I do that.
That's hard.
No.
It's hard. Cause
I believe that there is a balance because there is a certain masculine energy that is important, but the masculine energy will not be everything it's supposed to be without that emotional intelligence. There needs to be a certain balance. And
So here's the way. So from a spiritual sense, there's something called, well, there's four different types of, I guess not gender, but okay, I'll get to it. Mm-hmm. There's the dark masculine, there is the divine masculine, there's the divine feminine, and then there's the dark feminine. Mm-hmm. The dark masculine is obviously like the toxic male that you hear about on the news. They're like, oh, red pill and screw the world, like, you know, have sex with as many people as possible, I don't know, all that type of stuff. The divine masculine and even the divine feminine, this is kind of an inverse to one another, they are able to incorporate traits of both genders. Like divine masculine has the confidence, the security, the stability, but also can be vulnerable, are also not scared of showing who they are. Mm-hmm. And then women, I don't know exactly how divine feminine works, but it's basically just like, you know, being in your feminine state, being in a place of comfort and relaxation, and so women flow more naturally, like when it comes to receiving stuff, when it comes to Rivka Malka put this perfectly. She says women are like water, I guess. They all just flow better. I don't know how to explain it. But that also, like, being in a state of flow comes from the decision of being in a state of flow. Yeah. And that leads into the dark feminine, where it's like, basically what you see on TikTok and Instagram, like all these like women hoeing out and stuff like that. It's
dark.
It's dark. It's not dark. True. It's not true femininity. Like they're still women, but they're like not as
I don't think they've
feminine. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. But like
no, but it is a certain. It comes from a place of not realizing or recognizing their highest power just yet. They have some things to learn and develop before.
In a relationship, like in marriage, they say in the Kabbalah that the woman is the vessel. Yeah. So that the more the man gives the wife, the more the entire family receives. So the more like I'm able to spoil and love the wife, the future soulmate, Baruch Hashem. The more love flows back to me naturally. You know what I mean? But if women feel unwelcome, unloved, uncared for, then it's going to break apart. It's going to just end badly, money wise.
That's true.
Love wise, everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow, we're getting into really
really deep stuff. I've actually never said some of these things before out loud, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Wow.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Oh, I like this one. Is self-love just a trendy word for ego?
Absolutely not. I do genuinely believe that a little bit of ego does come into play when you're working on loving yourself, because you do need to think solely about yourself. You could be close friends with someone, but you realize they're causing you harm. So your ego self has to decide, okay, I'm going to remove these people, even though it's going to hurt them. For my good, I'm going to remove these people from my life.
Right.
And that's being a little selfish. It's okay.
I sense a duality in ego, though.
It's how it is, and it's how it's supposed to be. And when it comes to these things, you just have to put yourself first. I think one of the biggest things is people struggle with putting themselves first, and that's why they struggle developing self-love.
Right.
So I don't think it's another word for ego. Definitely not.
Okay. The way I see ego is, I'm gonna put it as like two bubbles, like a smaller bubble, bigger bubble. When it's within the size of the smaller bubble, it's okay, because that's where, like, if you think about ego, like they're saying I love you to someone, that's ego, right? Because that's my investment into someone else. That is straight up positive ego. But negative ego is saying, oh my God, like, in the context of friends, for example, you know, I shouldn't, I'm scared to leave this person because then I'll be alone and I won't be able to do all, like, I won't have more time to myself or all that stuff. But when you have a well-sized ego, you're able to be like, listen, like, that is not good for me. I love myself. I want to invest in myself enough to grow and move on with life without them. Because if they came into my life at some point, someone else will, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's kind of a boundary people have to
figure it out.
To figure it out, exactly.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm thinking we should ask a little bit of a question that's going to be a little triggering. Let's say something that will cause a debate of some sort.
Oh.
Let's see here.
I hate that word, by the way.
Triggering?
I hate that word.
What should we use instead?
No, I'm not telling you not to say it, but like it's just like such an overused, like, oh, I'm triggered word. Like, shut up. Like, shush. Shush. No.
That's true. Okay. There's a few good ones here. Okay. Here's a debatable topic.
Hit me.
If you really loved yourself, you wouldn't be dating them. Meaning, I don't know.
No, mean it. Go. I'm curious.
I really don't know exactly what it means, but some people can take it to a place of, if you genuinely love yourself, you wouldn't date someone that hurts you. So let's say you come to me and tell me my girlfriend doesn't communicate with me how she feels. She's not being a good girlfriend right now. So some may say, if you really loved yourself, you wouldn't put yourself through that. I don't know if this is such a good example, actually. I don't know if I want to even dive into it. It's not actually like a good.
Yeah,
it's so vague.
I'm blocked. I don't know.
I don't have an answer.
I know where to go with this, but I kind of don't.
I don't know where to go with it. Next one.
Yeah.
We'll cut that one out.
It's all good.
Okay. We can do have a moment where you pause and give each other a genuine compliment.
I like that. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. So, Oriel, right now we're going to pause and give each other a genuine compliment.
A genuine compliment. I love that.
Okay. Would you like me to begin?
I'll go first.
Okay. I'm all excited.
Natalia. Like, obviously we started off on a date, okay?
Yeah,
we started off on a date.
We met on a date.
We were just friends off the bat after that, but I'm happy that we are friends, and I'm happy that we're not like most people who are like, oh, we went on a date, it's awkward, it's weird. Because if we had done that, I feel like I would have been robbed of such a good friend. And also, like, I've said this to you before, but your presence is so grounding, and so I feel like I can be more myself, and I feel like other people could be more of themselves when they're around you. That's the energy. That's the energy you let out. So I appreciate that.
Wow, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
Oriel, I love that you are so capable of being in a certain situation, but looking outside of the picture in a sense of understanding why things are happening for you and not happening to you. And it's something that I've recognized. You've been working on yourself so much this past, I think, couple of years. And I see it. Like, I see you do the hard, like the dirty work, you know?
Oh, God, you have no idea.
So, I mean, I can tell how far you've come. And I think I take a lot of pride in you doing all that work, because it's things that people don't see, but it's way harder than things you can work on in the physical world. So,
yeah,
that's
I've been doing a lot of like just meditations of me like just laying on the floor, closing my eyes, and just letting whatever play out. And
that release of control is huge.
Huge, because one, at first it took me to places that I really did not know where to go. Like I didn't want to be there. I didn't know how I got there and all that stuff. But eventually it became much more controlled. It was almost like a guided meditation. Like where it was like, hey, like it was like I was kind of intervening with myself, like, hey, like let's go this way. What about this? What about this? And then it kind of goes from there. But in that journey, I have faced a lot of darkness that I didn't even know I had, because I like repressed it. I pushed it off to the side instead of actually like dealing with it. And again, this doesn't mean you should process and dwell on everything, but there's a time in a day or a week or a month, whatever, there is a time where you have to sit with yourself and do like a mental audit.
Yeah.
Because with all, like it's, I describe it as like a mountain of demons that I had to conquer. I had to like fight, and yeah, it was terrifying, to be honest. I've had to go through it. Like I've been in this room, like in my bedroom, straight war zone.
Wow.
But I had myself, and that's all I needed. And Hashem, of course. Hashem especially. But yeah, I was able to conquer that. So I really appreciate that. I didn't realize other people see that too.
Yeah, definitely. Just like I didn't realize that people felt that way. So that's really nice to hear. Thank you. Jinx.
You owe me a soda. I actually have
Oh, you have soda?
I have Olipop sodas, like the healthy ones, like that. Like no, they're not healthy, but they're like just not unhealthy. So
oh, fire.
They're fine. They're so good. But that brings me into like just consumption in general. One thing I really decided to do: take out any form of negative messaging in my life, in my day-to-day life. Like that even comes down to the music I listen to. I can literally work, and I can literally just be here in the living room on my phone or something, or just like listen to meditation music. Even if I'm not meditating, like straight up, it's just my default mode now. And I only listen to rap when other people are playing it.
That's so funny.
And even then I'll be like, yo, like change this, bro. Like,
wow. It's interesting. You're really in that state of mind, because in the state of mind I'm in right now, I can't even listen to meditation music. Maybe when I try to fall asleep at night.
I actually have my own meditation when I go to sleep. I did a voice recording of myself saying affirmations on a meditation beat or like music, and then just
we should make a song. We should make a song.
Make a song? I can't sing, bro.
No, I can sing.
Oh.
I'll do like and you do
You'll be like, I'll be like, money flows to me effortlessly.
Love is abundant in my life.
Money and love come to me in expected and unexpected ways.
Yes. Amen. Wait, let's do together. Ready?
That's very good for your vagus nerve, by the way.
For my vagus nerve?
Vagus nerve is the nerve that connects your brain to your heart.
Oh, I thought it connected me to the casino.
Oh, Vegas. Damn. Whoa, that was a good one.
Thank you. Okay, let's do another question.
Yeah. I'm also realizing that the life you want to live, this has been a huge part of my self-development journey as of recently. It has been like, since it's something you've never had before, it's not something your brain and body's familiar with. And when your body's not familiar with something, it will try to push it away.
But you know what's funny? I feel like I've lived this life before. Like every day I wake up and I feel like I've experienced everything, but I'm given a second chance to correct mistakes that I've done in the past. It's so weird. I come to my mom sometimes and I tell her,
you're time traveling.
I'm like, Ima, I came to her when I was 10 years old.
Whoa.
And I told her, Ima, when I was 30, I time traveled back to this time because I was told that I need to make a different decision at some point in my life.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've been on a different level of awakening. It was really weird.
That's novel. I've never heard that before. That's
It's
really
very,
new. Wow.
Yeah, and that's why I think I kind of was so in a rush to mature. Sometimes I feel my brain goes between my biological age and my soul age. So there can be moments in life where I'm like, wait,
you're an old
why
soul
am I
and you
reacting?
feel like you're a lot older than you actually are.
Yeah, yeah. I can
the
have...
only way I can explain that is Hashem is a fifth dimensional being, right? You said he's the one who lets you go back in time, all that. Hashem is a 5-dimensional being, and in the 5th dimension, there is no time. Time is at a point, like the past, the present, the future, every direction, everything you can think of is all in one little singularity. So when it comes to manifesting, like when you say you already have it, when you already have that life, it's not that you jumped into that age of having it, because it might take, to be a billionaire for example, it can take a few years, several years even. But in the 5th dimensional perspective, I'm that person, that 7 year in the future me right now. I have this right now. And the more you realize that, because for me, it's been taking levels for some reason, but I feel like the more I dive into it, the more I know. But when you embody that and align with it, that process accelerates. Like the time of when you get things accelerates. So maybe you're in both. It's a weird nexus point, but yeah.
So if I told you right now, imagine you had the knowledge of Oriel when he's 30, the knowledge and experience. Imagine you're already in those shoes. What do you think would change in the way you react to life, react to situations, the way you go about this life, the way you speak publicly, the way you communicate with people? How would you change knowing that you already have the knowledge of Oriel at 30?
That's an amazing question. You deserve your own podcast. Okay.
I have a feeling we're going to do more of these.
I'd love that.
I think we'll have a good time with this.
I would actually love that.
Can we do this more?
Please.
And we'll talk about different topics and we'll get real juicy with it. It'll be good.
Please. Like, I'm begging you. Actually begging you.
It's a hard question. You can think about it.
Yeah. Give me. I'm gonna take a second on it.
Yeah.
"30-year-old me, with all the knowledge that I have and am yet to acquire, it would just be a lot less fear. Like I wouldn't even say there would be any fear, because like I feel like I'd know more of what I'd want to do with my life. Like a lot of things would be a lot more crystal clear. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like I would know how I'd physically understand what it means to step into my purpose, as opposed to spiritually understanding it, because I do have a 5-year outlook of my life. I do have a 10-year outlook of my life, but I don't know how I'm going to get there now. Mm-hmm. And that's the best part, because God knows that I can have so much more. Mm-hmm. God knows that, and who knows? Honestly, who knows what I could be doing? But assuming I continue on the path of learning to manifest more, being in front of a camera more often, speaking in front of audiences, I don't know. I feel unstoppable now, but at that point, I'd even be like unstoppable. Like I'd be like unstoppable squared. I don't know how to explain it, but just like it would just be this on a much more insane level.
I think
I'm taking that question with me to the drawing board later.
Yeah, because it's really interesting. There's a lot of people that have a fear of many things in this life. Mm-hmm. But when you ask them that question, they tell you, I won't be afraid. So imagine right now, you're 25. Okay. Imagine you were in the shoes of someone that's afraid to start their business or afraid to start the podcast. But you were telling yourself at this very moment, wait, me in 5 years, I'm not going to be afraid. Mm-hmm. So what if I pretend for a quick second that I was me in 30 years and I pretended to behave the same way that Oriel in 5 years?
That's how alignment works. That gave me that now that was actually really good, because now I have something to anchor to. Like 5 years, I thought of like when I have my kids or I have my wife, but I'm just, it's a much smaller step to take. So
it's huge. And you never know, maybe this moment right now is something that will lead us into something so big.
You have no idea. Like that.
Just from this.
It
We're literally
can
sitting
be like
here.
that.
We literally texted last week, rescheduled, planned, easy peasy. We got to this situation in the most perfect timing, and it just worked out exactly how it needed to work out.
And we have the exact equipment for this. We
All
have
the
exact
equipment,
seating,
which I was surprised because the equipment here is top notch. Like, what are the chances that he would have that and an eyebrow brush?
Oh, the eyebrow brush. I forgot. That I forgot about. My mom visits a lot. She leaves a lot of her stuff here.
Oh, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mrs.
Ima,
Edri. Toda rabba.
We love you.
We love you.
I'm going to see you on Friday. Or actually, I'm going to see you on Thursday. I love you. She's coming for the weekend, so I'm super excited.
Oh, fun.
And that was another thing. My parents don't like when I talk about them online. Like, even when it comes to, like, anniversaries, they're like, don't post it. Cause
same.
It's just super them, super vulnerable. But, like, I think a huge thing that I've done recently was, like, confront my mom. Like, not confront my mom, but, like, talk to my mom about my past. Talk about things that we've gone through that she probably made, like, mistakes for and stuff like that. And when we talked about it, it just brought so much more peace to my life because it changed my perspective.
Yeah.
And it made me believe that, like, you know, our parents are human too. They're not superheroes. We really expect our parents to be superheroes, and I don't blame myself for it at all. But, like, at the same time, I carried this. Wow, my mom was supposed to be this for me. She was supposed to be this. But then when we talked, I was like, yo, like, nah.
Our parents.
My mom's a badass, bro. My mom's awesome. So.
Yeah, and listen, she's going through this life for the first time.
Yeah.
And she was raised a certain way that she felt was the right thing to do. And she's here with her own tikkunim as well. And most of the time, the tikkunim fall on the children. So the work that you're doing right now, you are quite literally saving your children from going through the same tikkunim that you had to go through with your mom. And that is huge because in American terms, they call it generational trauma. But it's really fixes that your mom wasn't able to fix. So it came onto you, and now you're fixing it, which is why it's so hard, and which is why you went through such dark times in your life.
Oh, I'm not going to put that all on her.
No, I'm not saying
I'm not saying she's to blame, but I'm saying, like,
I'm not blaming you, Ima. Mamash lo.
I gotta say, my darker times was because I overthink a good bit. I used to have crazy bad anxiety, and but I've grown out of that a lot.
Oh my god, I had the worst anxiety too.
I'm still growing out of it. But
have you ever been to, like, a therapist for anxiety?
I was in therapy for another reason. I'm not going to disclose.
Okay.
But my therapist said I was too complex for her.
Oh, interesting.
And I love that she said that. When I was back then, I was like, yeah, I knew therapists weren't, like, all that, even though I was studying to become one.
Yeah.
Back then, it was studying to become a better one. But now it's like, yeah, therapists don't know that. But I'm so happy because that confirms that my journey isn't a quick fix. Like, isn't like it ends here. No, I'm going to continue to grow. And every time I get into a breakdown, I literally ask Hashem, like, why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just be this? Why can't I just... But then I flip it to, how do I fix, like, how do I move forward? Thank God I think differently. Thank God I'm not normal. Thank God you've given me this life. Honestly, like, this isn't me being egotistical or delusional, but I do feel like I'm chosen for something big. And I just don't know what it is right now.
Agree completely. You're not feeling that for no reason.
It's like a calling. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's true. It's like your neshama. It's like, it's the message that's very soft and nurturing and not very loud. Those are the messages that you have to listen to.
People need to start listening to these messages.
The soft ones, not the loud ones that scream at your face. Like, literally, like, go under that.
They get loud when you ignore them.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good.
People
that's true.
Say, why do I keep getting all these, like, slaps in the face from life? Have you been listening to any calm ones that they've been trying to show you?
Exactly.
So,
like, when Hashem talks to me, like when I ask him for something, it's almost like a whisper in my mind, my own mind. That's him.
Yeah. And that also comes into play with intuition and listening to your intuition, being very, very open to hearing it. Because we get signs that from the very start, we get signs of things that we need answers for. So you have the answers in front of you. You just have to be open for it.
Yeah. I'm still working on I'm still working on my intuition, but I've gotten a lot better with it. But I've learned in life that if something is not an absolute yes, it's an absolute no. There's no maybe, there's no yes, there's no no.
Depends.
It's literally no. I'm telling you right now, there are things that if something doesn't scream your name, it's not for you. I'm gonna say whisper your name. Sorry, let me say that. Whisper your name. There you go.
I could agree on that, but I could also disagree.
Go for it.
I feel that there were many times in my life where I knew I needed to get something done towards my goal. And there were people, certain characters, that said no. And then when I said no, I'm going to break down this block and I'm going to go past it. I found my way to go past it. And eventually I found someone that said yes. It can be with literally everything, because there's people in our lives that are just little characters, okay? It could be a professor that's telling you, no, you can't, or a counselor at school, no, you can't take this class. Oh. No, you can't do this.
Okay.
As a no. Who do you think you are?
I'm taking this class.
I'm taking this class. I'm gonna do every other loophole that I could find to take this class, because I'm not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
And sometimes that little fight is something that you need to do in order to get something specific. I do agree though that things happen the way they need to happen. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes you really do need to work a little harder for things and push past the no.
Yeah. And also, yeah.
Like, how much do you really want what you're going towards? I could have easily told that counselor, oh, okay, I understand. And then I wouldn't have been able to take his class, this professor's class.
Listen, there's back to bitachon. Bitachon, it's confidence and assertiveness, but it's also just, it's also, again, the law of detachment. But it basically, bitachon talks about how, you have to be assertive. You have to go for what you want in life, but you do it from a sense, when you're assertive and when you know something is meant for you, that's alignment. When you're meant to take that class, when you're meant to go on that trip and you're meant to do this, that's for you. That's alignment.
Yeah.
In its purest form. And that's where the whole take no for an answer thing comes from. But
you're coming from a place of knowing when to let go and knowing when to release control. And that's a very powerful place.
I've learned that, honestly. And also, for the Akiva trip, for example, I was almost not going to be on that trip because there was originally only 40 seats. And I want to say maybe the 42nd or 41st person to sign on. And they were like, you can't go on this trip. I'm sorry, this, that. And, Rabbi Josh told me I can't go. And I was like, damn it. Don't do me like that, Rabbi Josh. And but I was like, you know what? It's okay. I want to go on this trip. I intend to go on this trip. I know it's something that would align with me because me and Hashem are like this, But it's okay. It happens. I literally didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
A week later, hey guys, 4 more seats open up. Sign up. And I'm like, yes.
That was a sign.
Literally.
This is you now. You have to go.
Literally. Wow. And I've learned. I'm pretty good at control, letting go of control on the outside, but when it's come to really deep internal stuff, I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
And I've still been literally on Sunday I had an ego death, and I was literally listen, because there were certain things that I wanted out of my life that came out of a need of wanting it. That came out of a need of being that person versus a need of not being another person. I was in that balance. I was in that pendulum or whatever you want to call it. But Sunday night, which is why I'm happy we delayed, so I'm able to talk about this. I told myself, I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm done. The person that needed to be this is dead. They're all dead. They're all gone. They're all out of my life. They're not here anymore. And it was literally to a point where I would have like physical headaches and jaw pain and like just like so much tension in my body. And I told Hashem, I was like, I give up. I give up. I don't want this anymore. I don't want these goals. I don't want these aspirations. I want none of it. Absolutely none of it. I am starting this life on a new slate. Today is a new slate for me. Those old me's that held on to the pain, that haven't been able to forgive myself, that have judged, that have done the bad things, I'll just say addiction was a big theme in my life. All those things, like, they are dead. They are dead. They are dead. They are dead. I don't like they obviously they're going to be memories. It's always going to be something that comes within memory. But I'm better than before now. Mm-hmm. I'm better than this person. I'm better than what I need to be or what I need not to be. I'm better than a person that needs anything, really.
Do you think you put yourself at expectations that maybe they're not as meant for you as you think? Maybe something even greater is meant for you and you don't even realize that the expectations that you're putting are just limiting you.
I'd say so, but not in terms of my goals, but in terms of like how I guess how I communicate to myself. Because sometimes like I'll have like, that's a fantastic question. Oh my God, that one caught me off guard. I can't lie. I'm gonna have to write that one down. But for me, like literally, I come off so judging and hard on myself that I have to be this person. I have to be good. I have to not think about these things because I used to think that thinking about a certain thing was evil and wrong. I had to like think, always act, always talk a certain way. And it had to be that way, or it was like do or die for me.
Perfectionism, you think?
Yes, like heavy perfectionism. And the more I've let go, the more I've realized the more I've been able to soar higher. Mm-hmm. It's almost like this is a hyper weird example actually, but like bubbles in a soda can, when you put something in it, it's like towards the bottom, but when you take that lid off or whatever, the bubbles fly higher or whatever. That's not a good example because that's not practical, but like I'm able to reach higher vibrations. I'm able to vibrate so much higher ever since I dropped perfection, and ever since I dropped the need to be this or no, you can't have that thought. It's bad. Put it this way. It's like, I'm not filtering my life anymore. I'm just like today, literally this morning, I had an urge, and I was like, yo, like don't. And I felt my head, like I felt like not inflamed, but I felt my head like hurting, and I was like, yo, whoa, back up. It's okay. You're allowed to have this thought. It's been a part of your life for so long. How do you expect it not to be in your mind every now and then? But like, you gotta be good with your flaws. Mm-hmm. You gotta be good with the fact that you had these flaws in the past. It's a one-time moment. It's not a life sentence. Mm-hmm. Having an addiction, I'm not gonna recommend having an addiction, but having addictions, A, humbled me, B, changed my life, and B and C taught me how to dislike myself and then love myself even stronger, or even to an even higher extent. And that's I'm thankful. I'm thankful for what Hashem's given me, because it was a weird path in the past. Yeah. And especially like there were times where I was like in high school, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to graduate. I don't even know if I'm going to physically make it to that point in my life where I graduate. I don't know if I'm going to reach 20. I don't know if I'm going to reach 21, 22, whatever. Like I literally like I'm going to die by then. I'm going to be out of this world by then. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take it. But I turned 26 in a month, and I'm here, I'm living, I'm thriving, and I'm so thankful.
Wow. It's incredible, and it just comes to show you how everything is so temporary. And everything that you experienced where it felt like a lifetime, mm-hmm. it's also temporary.
Super.
You never know when it's just gonna become part of your story.
Right.
Another chapter in your book.
Right. And I know, like, I don't know too much about your life story, but I know you've also gone through those trials and tribulations in your life. Mm-hmm. You, when like, as far as people who have grown out of their past, I think you do that. I think you've done that so well.
Thank you.
I think you've embodied that so well because like, it's so easy when you have a not so good past to be the villain in your own story, to just be dark and vengeful, but you have taken the lack of confidence in your life and turned it into the ability to help other people be more confident. That's your tikkun right there. I'm sorry. That's a part of it, bro. That is beautiful. And not everyone can do that. I can't even say a lot of people can do that or end up figuring that out, but you did it.
Thank you for recognizing that.
You're on the right path. Like,
thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you. I do genuinely feel that it's my tikkun. Mm-hmm. And every single morning that I wake up and I do something towards that goal of helping others reach their confidence, mm-hmm. it's like a drug going into my body in that moment. I love it.
It's almost like flow. When you know what flow state is, right?
I'm in my flow state.
It's flow state. It's like it just feels so natural. Like when I do my recordings of like me talking to the camera and doing all the spiritual stuff, mm-hmm. I feel like time. I don't experience time. I literally transcend time, and then like it'll be like 3 hours later after editing and all that stuff, and I'm like, wow, that literally felt like 5 minutes.
That's exactly how I feel when I have sessions with my clients. We sit and talk, and I'm like, oh, one sec, your mom has been texting me. She's downstairs for the past 10 minutes. Like I didn't even realize.
Wow.
But it's just because I'm genuinely so obsessed with what I do.
Amazing.
And I really pray that every person watching this, and you as well, you discovered what you want early on, because it's just so exhilarating. Mm-hmm. It's the best, knowing your calling, your purpose.
Yeah. Like I've thought of growing an Instagram page, getting a massive following, and then putting like building like a program or like an audiobook or coaching of like something that they could use for my life. But
absolutely.
I don't know exactly what that is yet. I'm still working on it.
Because it's not complete yet. You're still writing more chapters every single day that's going by right now.
I'm writing a lot of chapters.
It's because it's going to be a really powerful book. It's not going to be just another book that any person can write. Mm-hmm. So it's going to take time.
Yeah.
100%.
That's a huge thing about delay in your life. Sometimes when you ask for something and it's delayed, it's because it comes back to you in a much more powerful way, it comes to you in a way that it was more than you asked for.
Oh my gosh, I'm struggling with that right now. I'm trying to be patient in my life, because there's so many things I want to do. Right. I want to write a book, and I want to complete this other book, and I want to start a podcast, and this and that and this.
Hey, you got one of those things.
Exactly. I'm really excited. This is exciting. It's a checklist.
It's like that. Awesome.
So there's so many things I want to do, and I know I'm going to do them eventually. Mm-hmm. But I know there's also a higher purpose of waiting, because there's still more that I need to learn and still more that I need to go through.
You're young. Okay.
I know.
You're what, 22?
Like physically, I'm young.
You're what, 22, 22?
21?
Yeah, okay. I was right?
Yeah, 22.
Okay, good.
But I can't put it in the podcast.
No, don't worry about it. She's 35. Everyone.
42, guys.
42.
Look my...
Safta mode.
Safta mode.
No, okay. But
so there is
you have a better head on your shoulders than most. So you have by the time you reach my age, like everything's gonna be just built and structured perfectly for you, if not better.
No, I think by the time I'm your age, I'm hoping to.
Damn, that sounded so weird when you said it.
No, but you're 25. You're so
my
young.
Age, I'm like mad
You're
old.
so young. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
No, but I can't.
I still think about that joke you made a couple months ago, though.
Which one?
It was just a joke.
Vegas,
you were like,
casino?
You were closer to 30. You're closer to 30 than you are 20. And I'm like,
I can't believe I said that. So rude.
No, it's okay.
But we tease each other.
I capitalized on it to make fun of it even more. I was like, oh yeah, like you're closer to 40 than you are 10. And I was like, all right, no, stop. It's gonna stop right there. Closer to 50 than I am 0. Okay.
Yeah, well, in Shabbat dinner table, we like to drink the wine. When it goes around, we like to drink it in order of age. So my uncle is like 42, I think, and I'm right after him. So that kind of gave me a little shock that I'm the closest to him in age. Like,
you're
what?
On the cusp. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Should we do like 3 more good, like solid questions?
Yeah, I'm game. Earlier you talked about emotional maturity. What's the biggest emotion you've had to learn to hold and not avoid?
To hold and not avoid?
Like to accept in your life.
I think, give me a minute, 1 second. Mm-hmm. I think learning to release control is something that I struggled with for a long time. And it all correlates with also the perfectionism.
Right.
That is probably it was my biggest limitation in life that stopped me from fulfilling anything I've ever done thus far. That's what stopped me.
I'd say that's the same for me.
I think it's perfectionism is something that stops you. It's a pretty word for one of the strongest limitations a human could ever have.
It's a pretty word for fear.
Fear.
It's a very pretty word for fear because, like, when you're in a perfectionist state, you're limiting the flow. You're limiting the flow of how things can turn out for you.
Absolutely, and you stop yourself from doing projects because you immediately think, no, it has to be a certain way, and if it's not this way, then it can't be done. Period.
And there's also the journey of success where it's like, oh, I have to know everything.
Yeah.
Everything before I start. Mm-hmm. Like that's a trap.
It's a trap, and I can tell you, surprisingly enough, what helped me get out of that trap, you'll be surprised. Okay. It was watching David Dobrik's vlogs. Okay? Watching it from the first vlog he ever came out in, what I think it was like 10 years ago, to now. And you see how he started using an old camera, you could barely see or hear him, just filming random stuff, and he was just persistent, and he kept doing it again and again until he got the best quality of everything.
Yeah.
But he didn't try to perfect it. He just wanted to put his creations out to the world and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's all he did. So why shouldn't I do that? Like, why do I have to think all the time, no, I shouldn't do this?
Too. That's how I am with me too. Like I've had my moments where I was like, no, I gotta stop. But then with my new Instagram page, the new spiritual one, no matter how bad I look and sound, I'm rolling with it. Because
you think you look,
but I probably don't.
But it's not probably. You don't. Mm-hmm. It's all in our heads. We create our reality in that sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I record myself for a reel, I'm like, oh shit, I look so cringy or I sound so cringy. But excuse my language, who cares? Who beep cares? Okay.
No, I like what I love about my videos is like I'll be in the car and I'll just like have it like because I have the phone holder. It's right next to the mirror, and I'll just like play it and I'll just drive and lock in, and I'll hear myself talking to myself about this like super cool topic, and I'll be like, oh, yo, this video slaps, bro.
Yeah.
This video, this has to have 1 million views. There's no way. This is a 1 million view video.
Absolutely.
Like, and even like sometimes when I like record and then play it back, I'm like, damn, like, there's no way I said that. There's no way. That slaps.
That was the flow.
And then sometimes but then I see it and like I love how I look, but then sometimes I'm like, change the lighting, change this, and I'm like, no, don't change the lighting. It's okay. Came out just fine. Let it roll. Just run with it.
Yeah, just run with it.
And that's the best. I think that's the best way to surrender control. Is to just go.
It's to just let go. It's genuinely taking a breath and telling yourself, I don't have control over what happens with this video. I don't. If it's meant to reach a certain audience, it will. If it's not meant to, it won't. But at least I did it.
And ironically enough, when you let go of control, you have more control in your life.
Absolutely.
It's weird how that works, but like it's amazing that it does.
It's insane because all of a sudden you have way more control over your anxiety because perfectionism leads to anxiety 99% of the time, if not 100.
I'd even say 100, yeah.
And yeah, I had the worst anxiety in my life when I was so in control That was mostly in high school. And I was like, I have to get good grades because I really need to get accepted into this high university. No.
For me, it was social anxiety. That was a huge one for me. Like even every now and then now, like I'll catch myself like walking up to someone and like trying to like, and my brain will tell me what to say. And I'm like now I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
But it used to be to a point where I would literally, even when it comes to talking to women, granted, I'm not going to say I'm like super, super confident with that because there are moments where I see a cute girl and I'm like, what do I say? What do I do? But like now I've gotten to a much better state where it's like, bro, just talk.
Just talk.
You just whatever comes out of your mouth, chances are it's probably going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And if you assume it's going to be amazing, it's going to be amazing because the tonality and how you deliver it is way more important than what you say.
When you're going to be 5-10 years from now and you're going to look back to a time in your life, you're not going to remember specifics. You're going to remember how you felt. Okay? So if you decide that in this moment in time, I'm going to spend it being a control freak, having immense panic attacks or anxiety attacks, going about life in this way only, not letting other things come into play, other beautiful things, you're missing out on the whole point. And 10 years down the line, you're going to look back and be like, wow, I could have done things differently.
Exactly.
What a waste of time.
Exactly.
So my biggest recommendation is to genuinely live in this world as though you're here for a good time, not a long time. You're going to be here. You're going to just do whatever you want. You want to go to a dance class and you're afraid to go on your own, just go. No one cares. Everyone is stuck in their own little bubble. They're thinking about themselves. The last thing they're going to think about is the way your pants look on your curves or the way the shoes that you're wearing look.
Or if you're bad at dancing.
Or if you're bad at dancing, no one cares. Don't take life so seriously. Nothing's that serious.
Exactly, yeah. That I'm learning. I've learned a lot of that already, but there's still some elements of that I'm learning. But honestly, a huge step for me, and this is a very like quick action type thing, go to restaurants alone.
Oh, I love it.
Go to it can be fast food, it can be regular.
Yesterday?
I do that and I love it. Because everyone's together, everyone's in their little groups, and they look at you and they're like, I'm having fun, I'm eating myself. No one's telling me how much or how little to eat. I'm living life.
Yeah, okay? I love that. It's the best. No, it's life is not serious. People are taking life so hard. Relax, all good. Everything's okay. Don't do things that make you feel like shit. Like, do things that make you happy, but do them. Don't be afraid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Imagine like tomorrow you're dying and the playback of your life is just you following a certain way that is not
like
life.
Like they say that when you die, your brain plays 7 minutes. I want to see. If I'm going on YouTube, I want to see a good 7-minute video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want the video to be of sadness and darkness and regret and all this, and there's no point.
There's no point. This life is too short. Time flies by.
Yeah.
It's flying. It's flying. Every single day is going by. I'm like, how is this happening right now?
Time's going faster and faster for me. I don't know about you, but like
it's going fast. I think after
getting
COVID, things got faster.
Especially because of COVID. I don't know what they were doing out there.
Something was happening. Something is...
something ain't right.
Something ain't right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think we should live in the moment more.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to check on the thing real quick.
Okay.
Because I don't know how much battery I have. That's the thing.
Okay. We can end it now. We'll just do like a final words.
Okay. I can clip it.
Okay.
But, no, you're right. Listen, we got just I make it an initiative for myself to just try new things always.
Be a yes man in that sense.
Yeah, exactly.
When you have an opportunity, when I light the Shabbat candles every Friday and I say thank you for all the gifts that I'm giving this week, I also say I'm ready to open my arms and accept the other opportunities you're going to give me. And I will say yes, and I will be open.
That's huge.
Opportunities are
everywhere.
The biggest blessings in life. If you learn to say yes and just do things, you never know where it leads you to. There's a reason for opportunities to come into our life. It doesn't just happen out of the blue.
Right.
You know?
Powerful.
So like
I'm implementing that somehow in my day-to-day.
You have to. Oh wow.
Because I do gratitude, but the whole I'm open to, that's
I'm open and I'm excited to see what opportunities are waiting for me this week.
Right. I'm open to more podcast episodes.
I'm open to doing this too, 100%.
Love that.
I'm ready.
But yeah, I don't want my phone battery to die. So
okay.
I'm gonna cap it off.
Thank you so much, Oriel.
Natalia. Super long overdue, okay?
Super long overdue.
Super long overdue. I want to do this again and again and again. If we can
Next Tuesday, we're here. We're back in the studio.
Sababa. I'm game.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's go. Peace.